This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hey everybody, it's Terry Crews, and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Fan, and this time it's another matchup, Day 2 for Game 1 of Round 2 Stanley Cup playoffs.
That's right. As we're getting ready to get this thing started off, we have our next part of the game as we are ready to show it off.
That means the next Canadian team is on its way, as the brothers between Matthew Tkachuk and Brady Tkachuk are ready for the match. The Ottawa Senators are playing up against Florida Panthers with their first game at the Amaranth Bank Arena.
This will be another part of its game and this this historical moment between for Matthew Tkachuk and Brady Tkachuk at the same time. They both met each other to play in for the Four Nations face-off, but most likely they'll now have to try to beat off their siblings right across from the zone. For my next commentators, I have it across with me is Paintbrush. He's also along with Roy Cruz, and the center ice. I have the warm welcome to give it off to Boomer to see how he can handle things up to give a good start for the first part of its game. And here are the starting groups as for now. Paul McRice is looking for his next playoff goals and what are wins of his game in the second round as he's looking forward to see what's happening here. The starting goaltenders is Linus Ullmark and Sergei Bobrovsky. Starting with the Ottawa Senators, the Florida Panthers, very soon happens with Alexander Barkov, the captain. He was overrated to show it off how he was making the finish afterwards to play in his postseason. He had made his own score, and he just takes 3 goals in a game in the first round. Then Sam Reinhart, which of course he really hasn't shown off of his close quarter range. He makes 3 goals as well. Then Matthew Tkachuk, he makes a great tricky zone ability, and he has scored 7 goals in the playoffs of this game. This superstar X Factor, it's tricky for Matthew Tkachuk, makes it really tipping wide range. Then Sergei Bobrovsky, he made a great season after the win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. He now wants to see what he can make of boost saves when he's on a roll. Then Aaron Ekblad, as he gives it off with the next seeing eye ability, he finishes off with 3 goals in the first round. Well, let's see how he can handle it for the next one. Carter Verhaeghe, which of course he makes his finishing goal, he has 4 goals in the playoffs. And finally is Gustav Forsling, as he really doesn't have any goals to give it off to, but he makes a great pass assist for their team. Now let's go over to the Ottawa Senators. The first one for Ottawa Senators gives it off to Brady Tkachuk. He really is showing off with his relentless elite hitter. He makes it impossible to give it all. He finishes with 5 goals in the playoffs. With Tim Stützle, he gets 2 goals in the playoffs. Linus Ullmark with only the instance as he made his first win to beat out the upset team against the Toronto Maple Leafs, the win of the Battle of Ontario. Then Jake Sanderson, which of course he made 3 goals in the playoffs with Claude Giroux with 2 goals in the playoffs. And Thomas Chabot, he only just didn't get his own goal right away to finish things in. We'll see how he does if he gets his first goal in the playoffs. Alright guys, I know what you're ready for. It's about that time. The Senators and Panthers are ready to roll.
We'll see you all later, everybody, for the post-game show after this coverage for the first game before the next game of the Oilers and the Golden Knights.
Let's get ready. Sens, Panthers, next on EA Sports. It's the round 2, and we are at Florida for tonight's game. I'm Paintbrush, and I'm here with Roy Cruz and Sarah Rice. Warm welcomes to Boomer as we start Game 1, Round 2 at Amaranth Bank Arena. Frozen biscuits drop, and we are underway to start the first game in Florida Sunrise. Starting off will be Carter Verhaeghe as he'll send it over to Sam Reinhart as he'll get his first look here to give to Forsling. Passes off to Aaron Ekblad with some big changes here on the biscuit drop. by Barkov. And here's Ekblad. Shot chance, save made by Linus Ullmark. And he'll have that one racing back down. He will have to reset the group in for the Florida Panthers. Now Bobrovsky will send it to Reinhart as he'll have it slipped over. The battle for the puck rebound. Guy Rock's shot saved by Sergei Bobrovsky. Barkov right turn its wing. That finds it again to Sam Reinhart. Reinhart right turn in the wing. He will fire that one around the net. Carter Verhaeghe's right behind for the net again in the Senators' territory. Forsling shoots it. Off in high mark. Shot blocked. And rebound by Reinhart. He'll send the pass over. Now finds it off to Carter Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe sets the Forsling and now has it to Sam Bennett. Bennett passes to Forsling right to it in the wing. Stops and waits. Waits over to Reinhart. Backhander. Shots blocked. Barkov shot. He scores! Building the first goal to start for the Panthers as Barkov gets his first goal in the game and now be the 2-2 goal in the playoffs.
Dimitri Barkov was really giving that first start of the goal. Now it's really went on the wing, but this rebound sets it up for Dimitri Barkov. They're right on the way, and he was sure enough that he'd be able to beat that in time. This traffic zone was really kept to the line to give a good start.
So the Florida Panthers starts off and screws up Forsling with the assist. He has 40. Now a win for Ottawa Senators as the big deep pass over to Brady Tkachuk. Bobberson will cover it up and he'll have it again to Brady Tkachuk again to Sanderson. Sanderson loses the puck as Mikolov sends it back to Kulikov. He'll swing it again to Rodriguez. Knocked him down. Baverson with a rebound. Pass off. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. He's over to Mikolov. Send the deep pass over. Can't get it to go as Gregg with the rebound. Along the wing is Rodriguez. It's Bennett with the rebound. The other way. 18-17 remaining in the first period of the game. And here's Mikolov. Finds pass to Schmidt as he looks to Lushtarinen. Lushtarinen pass to Mikolov as he sets this over to Schmidt. He gives to Matthew Tkachuk. Knocked him down. That one right to her on the wing. And this will rebound it up by Zahn. Our receivers are back in the offensive zone as Tkachuk with the puck. Bobberson shot. That's what carries up as Lushtarinen has it to Mikolov.
First goal
Now
of the
there's
game.
as he's
Scored
right
by
to along the wing in the Florida territory. He passes to Lushtarinen. Keep the Bobeks. Bobeks is right to the corner.
Assisted by number 13.
Schmidt looks to Bolinski. Bolinski pass now by the Bobeks. Bobeks. Schmidt shoots. This wide. It's rebound by Emilio.
The deal wasn't seem to be like really showing up what it was going to be.
Top of the goal, 1 minute 10 seconds in the first period. Dmitry Kulikov, his second goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Sam Reinhart and Kutsa Forsling in the first period at 1 minute and 10 seconds in the first period of the playoffs.
Bolinski looks to Boves right to the wing. Sent to Smith, fires it way up high and rebounded by Lundell. Smith gives it to Bolinski's off to Lushtarinen. Schmidt off to Bolinski, fires it, saved by Linus Ullmark. Ullmark sets it over to Bolinski's and back to Schmidt. Keep the puck moving in for the Florida Panthers as Lundell has it across. Lushtarinen is right behind the net. Knocked it over. Needs a little grind group change as Schmidt will have it again to Boves. Boves pass to Bolinski. Fires that shot. Big save! Unbelievable! A big stop here by Linus Ullmark. He scores! Nate Schmidt takes a rebound with a deep shot from his first goal in the playoffs.
It's his fourth goal in the night. And with his first goal in the game, he had a great clear look. That was right past the glove and beat over Linus Ullmark. There was nothing but the change up entirely the right timing. You see what Big Schmidt from the Winnipeg Jets he made as another own goal, stopping the play effort, and he really took that on with a huge shot. That's right in Quebec, and he was really thinking through that to get this own first goal apiece.
So it's a 2-0 lead, Florida Panthers, as we haven't passed the 15-minute mark in this first period. And this will give off to Perron right to a wing. The pass over has been broken up by Gakovic as he sets it off to Nosek. Tommy Nosek again to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad pauses and now he has it again to Nosek. Nosek
After forcing, he'll give it to Ekblad. Greer fires it deep, saved by Elias Olmark. Mike and Video almost went right to the ball. Thomas Chabot with the rebound off again on Video. Video back on the pass to Chabot. Shot saved by Bobrovsky.
His first goal in the game. First goal in the playoffs. Scored by number 88. Dave Schmidt.
Forcing chance. Deep the pass, broken up by Garu.
Assisted by number 27, 8-2, Lustrainen.
Forcing pass, broken by Stutzel.
And by number 15, 8-10, London.
15, 27, 29 remaining.
Top of the goal, 3:33 remaining in the first period.
Barkov wins the faceoff as Mikola sets to Verhage. He's over now to fire around the range again to Reinhard. Reinhard pass to Mikola. Mikola, Kolakov again to Reinhard. Backhander, stopping the save made on a pad by Elias Olmark. Kolakov, get back to Mikola. And it's back to Kolakov. Missed that up as Anderson takes over to Stutzel. The Senators are back in the offense zone to Guy Rocks. Kolakov matches down. Here's Highmore. Backhander scores. That'll be the first goal to start in for Michael Highmore. That'll be the Sens up for one to trail in as he has his fourth in the playoffs.
Look at this play offense. You see that Michael Highmore? This is what the backhanded goal mates in. And this pass off gives it over to Guy Rocks. He had that tip-to-tip zone, and he was really giving it over now to Michael Highmore. He really steps it up. This backhander makes a great chance to get this goal back down by one.
Approach the 15-minute mark in the first period as the Sens are on the board, a 2-1 game. Kolakov will give it off to Radvikus as he sets to Kolakov the other way. Kolakov fires it around again to Bennett. Bennett, a pass off to Mikola, sets to Radvikus, off to Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk looks to Mikola, finding Radvikus. Pass to Tkachuk. Tkachuk, pass to Mikola. Mikola swings around, find a pass to Radvikus, and a backhander saved by Elias Olmark to stop it with only 14-30 remaining. Lots of time opportunity here. Panthers up for a 1-point lead, 2-1. Bennett wins the faceoff. He's out for to Schmid. Again to Matthew Tkachuk. Now it's rebounded by Schmid. Knocks him down. Belinsky's with the rebound. And Schmid will have it. Avoids the spill. Shot stopped by Elias Olmark. He'll hold this possession with only 14-14 in the first period. After a big, relentless big hitter by Brady Tkachuk, Barkov and Yever will be ready to take the puck drop. As he wins, he's off to Verhage. Backhander, glove save made by Elias Olmark. Here's Bobber.
Ottawa goal, his first goal of the game, fourth goal in the playoffs, scored by number 15, Matthew Highmore. Also assisted by number 28, Claude Giroux. Top of the goal in the first period, 5 minutes in the playoffs. Matthew Highmore, his first goal of the game, fourth goal in the playoffs, assisted by Claude Giroux at 5 minutes in the first period of the playoffs.
They didn't really think they were going to stand it out that right amount of time. Here's Belinsky, pass to Reinhard. Reinhard slows things down. Tries to give that pass up and look. The pickoff look suits up with the rebound, and he'll now have it over. Stutzel lost the puck. Rebound by Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad pass to Lustrainen. Lustrainen on the back carrying path. Preston Barkov shot. Save play by Elias Olmark. Forsling has it again to Aaron Ekblad. Forsling back to Alexander Barkov. He sets the Ekblad shot. Off the face mask. Rebound up by Zog. Big hit here by Bovis. Man, he went after it. Stopped by Elias Olmark. 13 minutes remaining in the first period.
There was no change. I was going to change it often, but that was really helping when they set it out.
Now as they're up to take the next puck drop, Panthers with a 2-1 lead over Ottawa.
Now the wing for the Ottawa Senators. He'll send it off to Mike Amidio. Amidio across into the blue line. Big save by Bobrovsky. Bovis was down. Aaron Ekblad trying to get it out. Change off to Amidio. Amidio to Chabot. Here's a chance over in the middle. Over the net and rebound by Forsling. Panthers back in offense zone. Back to Ottawa. Florida in control. That flying to Aaron Ekblad as he has it over with 12:30 remaining. Forsling. Chance over right toward the wing. They'll have that swinging across to Luosterainen. Luosterainen. Pass up there and Ekblad. Kachuk fires across. It's blocked up by Mike Amidio. And he's over now to Shane Pinto. Pinto. Around the chaos. Jensen goes down. Rebound by Perron. Spins across. Fires. Save by Bobrovsky. Gustav Forsling. Has it across now to Matthew Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk waits it patient. And he doesn't have anybody open here. That one will turn it over to the Sens. Clement went down, rebound by Riley Hughes. And that one will sail not out of his zone, but Brian Hard will have it out to Clement. Shot, stop made, big save by Bobrovsky. 11:34 remaining in the first period. They'll have another puck drop ready. And across the line in the scrimmage. Sens down by one. Barkov looking for another win to face off. And he wins another one. Mikkola sets it off right behind the net, and he'll have it past the Kulikov. Reinhardt with the rebound. On to the races, Reinhardt. We'll have to reset here as Belinsky's will set across with the next rebound puck to make some new change. Now here's for Heggie as he'll have it right in the wing. Schmidt with the rebound, can't get her to go. Good tie. Back to Schmidt. Broken up the play for the Ottawa Senators. Pass for Barkov goes offside with only 11:05 remaining. Now we'll send it over to the middle. Boomer to start off for the Panthers. Thanks guys, stepping in before Alexander Barkov, and what they've been making a change off for his captain to change everything on its own one-time effort. The one change is the possible is enough for Alexander Barkov to make its own play in action. The skill was better to make the range go afterward at the right time. What they don't really see for is now that they changed it right immediately. When I know for Alexander Barkov, he was a part of Finland on his own professional player. Was playing it for a longer time before now is trapped with the Florida Panthers. It makes a good range to have that one in that. He scores, Tim Stützle ties it up, and that'll be the tying game for 2. That was the mid, and that was Tim Stützle with his 3rd goal in the playoffs. He made that with a great chaining, and this rebound was stepped out. He was knocked out last, and he wasn't sure where it was going at. He was going to try to block that shot, but that was a little slim and late to get that one off a start piece to Gagovich. He really needs to get this one a block shot to crash down to in order to get that out of the way. And I was saying it before now, it's Tim Stützle. With his 3rd goal in the playoffs, he's really given it enough time for the Sens to get right into it. This playoff bounty was not always easy, but they really set it off. And played what they wanted to be, didn't really think it was going to be bad. I'll see about that for Tim Stützle with his 2nd goal in the playoffs. Guys? Here's Kulikov right toward the wing.
Ottawa goal, his first goal of the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, scored by number 18, Tim Stützle. Also assisted by number 28, Claude Giroux, and by number 15, Matthew Highmore. Tom in the goal, 9:28 remaining in the playoffs. Tim Stützle, his first goal of the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, assisted by Claude Giroux and Matthew Highmore at 9:28 in the first period of the playoffs.
Save play by Linus Allmark. Rodriguez will settle things across, and that one carries out. The rebound by Mikkola, and back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez swings it over to Bennett. Bennett fires around net, finds Matthew Kachuk. Along the way to Kulikov, gets to Verhage. Verhage chance to Forsling. Forsling pass over to Kachuk. Kachuk goes right after it. Verhage with a rebound to Forsling. Shots blocked, rebound by Gairo. Tim Stützle with the puck in control. Kicks it off. Rebound by Stützle. And off to Sanderson. Sanderson. Shots blocked. Rebound by Forsling. Clears the zone. Rebound by Zug. Double man on him. Rebound by Reinhardt, watching the offside. And the referee's been cleared. There will be no offside as it's back in his own for Carter Regagi, and I'll have it over to Forsling. Here's Aaron Ekblad. Across to Sam Bennett. Give the stick lift here by Sanderson as he gets his puck back. Off to Zug. Zug pass over now in the wing. Pass to Sanderson. Sanderson along the wall. And rebound by Bufferson. Here's a chance. Shots blocked up. Rebound by Bobrovsky. And sends it back to Barkov.
Oh, what a great change. That one gives the ball to Bobrovsky with a great save. He really has shown it up. That Barkov's going to make this one a lot harder to change off.
Lustorainen again to Forsling. Knocked him with the big hit for Brady Tkachuk. And it's back to Alexander Barkov. Barkov fires it. Save play by Linus Ullmark. What a diving play afterwards. Just 8:05 remaining in the first.
I didn't see it with it used oftenly. That one is really a big, dangerous one to dive and reach. That's for Linus Ullmark, as he really gives this one a great chain to give it off.
Jensen. The pass over to Perron. Perron right in toward in the wing and in the center. Knocks down Shane Pinto right to Shabbat. Sets it off. Shot's been knocked off. Kicked back by Perron. That one tips it by Lustorainen. And Bogus with the rebounding with 7:40 remaining. Across from the board. Rebound by Bogus. Shot saved by Linus Ullmark. They'll stop in when nearing the 7:30 mark in the first. Now for the Sens, Brady Tkachuk. Boomer?
Thanks, folks. Talking again for Brady Tkachuk. He was one of our big, relentless big hitter. You may have seen things before here with a big hit. Along the way, where Brady Tkachuk was really daggered, he was making his captain look better. After playing from Boston College, he was noticing that this time was not willing to take what he really wanted to do for him. And after everything for Brady Tkachuk, it was a big win that he really dumped it off. What they don't say is, they just have to keep playing back afterwards with a nice timer shot. I'll see about that with Brady Tkachuk with his own rebound. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Boomer. Now here's Schmidt as he'll have it over with 7 minutes remaining in the first. He's off to A.J. Greer. Cuts across. Stops it. And now Gavrovich will send it around the net. Bolinski has it again to Kulikov, looking for his second goal in the playoffs. Nozick shot's been directed off, now finding Michael Amidio. Michael Amidio to Shane Pinto. Off to Perron. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. Reinhardt around the net, and Bolinski's over now again to Kulikov. Kulikov pass to Nozick. Nozick right toward middle. Fires a back pass on a shot, saved by Linus Ullmark. 6:26 remaining in the first. With a next puck drop. 2-2 this tie score. Panthers looking to make the lead up for one. Now to win for Barkov. He went down. Slacked him right from Nikolov.
That was a big block shot. He went down on his body and right toward the back. Yikes. That was going to be almost like he was almost going to get hurt.
Zub takes it over. Passes to Highmore. The Sens are back in offense in the Florida territory. Barkov with the rebound, set to Kulikov. The deep pass to Reinhardt. Shot on the main. Big save by Linus Ullmark. Brad Bennett grabs back. Giroux. Giroux's back to Zud. And he bumps in right toward in the Florida territory to the Sens territory. Sanders back in offense as Highmore will have it in. Near the bench. Rebound by Aaron Ekblad. And he's over down to Sam Bennett. Bennett passes off to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad, Nikolau's shot. Redirected in. Trying to give it back. But it's stopped and poked away by Linus Ullmark. Ridley Gray. It's back to Aaron Ekblad again to Matthew Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk on again. He wants to take a slam afterward. Matthew Tkachuk? No. I'm not doing that like you did.
Oh, he had an up in a cruel game afterward. That would have been almost like sliced out. I wouldn't say that this would have been a change up directly.
Here's Aaron Ekblad as he'll have to pass to Bovis. Bovis pass broken up, stopped by Bobrovsky. Stopped the play with under 5 minutes in the first period. Off and sent ready for our next puck drop.
Florida Panthers and the Sens are tied for 2. Lundell wins the faceoff. And Forsley carries a deep pass back to Lundell. The rebound by Brady Tkachuk. Trying to send it off the zone. Misses off the target. Here's Clevin. Clevin pass to Brady Tkachuk. Toward middle, save by Bobrovsky. Pass broken up by Aaron Ekblad. Oh, he must have had that big huge hit and rebound by the Senators.
I don't see that was going to change well.
That big hit was going to stand out the shot. Patterson shot. That one's off the targeted. Rebound by Clevin. Knocked him down. Now the Panthers will carry it in. 2-on-1. Stopped by Linus Ullmark with 4:11 remaining in the first.
That was close. Almost made that one entirely, but it would have changed different.
32/18 hits here for the Ottawa Senators as we're nearing the 4-minute mark in the first. Nozak wins the faceoff and Schmidt has it to Belinsky's back to Schmidt. And here's Greer. Greer pass to Schmidt and now to Belinsky. Fires it. That one is off and rebounded up by Ospachuk. Here's Jensen. Nick Jensen to Chabot. That's given over to A.J. Greer. And he's back to Tom and Nozak. Belinsky's knocked it away. Nobody around and rebound by Reinhardt. Pass broken in. Stop by Bobrovsky. He'll get it right toward the clearing zone and back to A.J. Greer.
Bobrovsky, sure enough, he was able to dial it in that close range with a close call to make. That reaction was able to stun that out, make that feel good.
Back to Greer. Greer shoots, block the shot, rebound by Gakovic. Now Gakovic to Schmidt, gives again to Belinsky's. Belinsky's finds Schmidt, fires it, shots blocked by Reinhardt. Reinhardt's back over into the wing and sets to Jensen. Jensen to Ospachuk. Back to Schmidt. After Panthers clears his own, Chabot will give it to Highmore. Highmore went down and Verhage with the rebound. Verhage swings it over. Barkov doesn't able to get there. Pass to Reinhardt's broken up. Kurox fires it across the round net. And it's off to Mikkola. Sends to Barkov. Barkov trying to get over it. I knocked him down! Right through the Florida territory. He made that one with a huge kick.
I don't stand a shock afterward. That was really what Barkov made it do. That's like a doomsday like that. Unbelievable.
Sam Reinhardt. Kolkov shot saved by Linus Ullmark. 2:25 remaining in the first period. We'll stop here in the Sens territory. Off and ready for another puck drop. Sam Bennett waiting for a long time to get the lead, and it's still tied up. Now Bennett wins the faceoff. He has it to Tkachuk. Pass broken up. Easy pad save. Pokes it out. Way back by Robert Hughes. He'll give it to Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk sets it over to Mikkola. On a chance play, Pento with the puck steal. On his way down, swing and misses. Sam Bennett with the rebound. Passes to Robert Hughes again to Mikkola. Mikkola stops it. Finds Tkachuk. Fires it. Saved by Ullmark. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. We'll have another puck drop underway coming up. Both teams are set, ready for our next puck drop. 2-2, looking for a lead. And a win for the Senators. You'll have a pass to Sanderson. David Perron passes over deep again to Amidio, no offside for the Sens. That one gets traffic out of the way, and it'll be a penalty on Pinto. That'll be a 2-minute slashing.
Yep, there they go.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for slashing.
That one didn't start off too good. They'll get their first power play to score. It's time now for your Florida Panthers power play.
Panthers are on the power play. The first penalty kill on Ottawa.
Well, it's going to be a big chase, but Barkov really has to get it off to lead. The timing is
Ottawa
right.
penalty number
This
12, 2
needs
minutes
to
for
be
slashing on Shane Pinto.
Verhage
Subbing a penalty in the first
saved by
period,
Ullmark.
1 minute and 46 seconds in the playoffs. Ottawa Sens penalty, 2 minute slashing on Shane Pinto number 12. Subbing a penalty in the first period of the playoffs, 1:46.
Stop by Bobrovsky. Verhage right over to get a Reinhardt. And right toward middle.
Reinhardt, Barkov, shot, he scores! It's a power play goal for Alexander Barkov. Now we're leading 3-2.
Not big shot, Milazzo gets the mark out, the big try with a big thing. Just passes right to the goal.
That's another power play goal. That's for Alexander Barkov.
He really got that one big here. Timing is just right, and there was no change, and he could definitely give it up to a sudden great start.
So Barkov has 4 goals in the playoffs, might reach his 5th of the playoffs.
I wouldn't say it afterwards, just being it over with 1:18 time on the goal and just staring down the final minute of the market in the first period. This wasn't easier than they were changing it oftenly the entire time. Not what they really would have been expected for, but this really took it in.
Oh, almost would have had that in there, but Elias Elgar stays out. Both teams are ready. 13-7 face-off wins for Florida Panthers. Now the win. Here's the final minute in the first period.
Last minute to play in the first period.
Highmore right toward wing. Simpson and Stutzel. That pass and a shot is redirected and rebacked in by Lundell. Lundell passed to Listerainen. Listerainen again to Bovis. Bovis passed to Listerainen, shot saved by Elias Elgar. Stops him with under 45 seconds in the first period. They'll have their next face-off coming up. A lot of time opportunity. Florida Panthers up at the lead, 3-2. Lundell wins the face-off, and Nikolov. Pass broken up. A video right toward the wing.
His first goal in the game, fourth goal in the playoffs, score on a power play. Number 16, the captain, Alexander Barkov.
Pass to Perron. Perron shot. One save by Perron.
Oh, assisted by number 13, Sam Ryder.
In the Suns' territory.
And by number 23, Carter.
Down to 7 seconds. Perron. Changing
Time of the goal for the Panthers power play. 18:42 remaining in the first.
And I'll be out of time. I will end the first period. A 3-2
And that's the end of the first period. Your score, Florida Panthers 3 and the Ottawa Sens 2.
Score. We'll be back after this. Welcome back as we're ready to get started for the second period at Emirates Bank Arena. Here we are, back in for the Sunrise, Florida, as second round, game 1 starts now for the second period. With the goal, on a go-ahead chance, goes to Guy Ross. He now ties it up for 3, just 9 seconds. On a period start afterward, I was not even seeing things, how that was going to get right thrown away. Man, how did he ever get that goal right away? That Guy Ross has got his 3rd in a playoffs goal in a game. My goodness. Well, I didn't think it was going to change it off the lead. I thought that was going to make it in. So with that turned it over. Now with the win here for Barkov, he's going to send it over to Aaron Ekblad. Looks over to Forsling as he'll now give the chance over to Aaron Ekblad. He finds Barkov. Barkov slips a move. Right toward in front. With a spin. Backhander shots blocked. Rebound by Barrett Hagee, and this one is back off again by the goaltender.
Just about 9 seconds. I was never seeing anything like it was happening before. Well, I did not even notice that. It was going to make a great shot on goal. That one was a little challenging. They didn't really think it was going to happen that one. After all, they really had to change it out entirely at the same time. They were not even sure how that was going to change. They didn't see that it was going to be enough to take things on pressure.
Here's finding Stutzel. Stutzel over to Durox. Reinhardt takes over, not finding Aaron Ekblad. No penalty on Ottawa.
Ottawa goal, his first goal in the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, scored by number 28, Claude Giroux. Assisted by number 2, Artem Zub, and by number 15, Matthew Highmore. Time of the goal, 9 seconds in the second period of the playoffs. Claude Giroux, his first goal of the game, 3rd goal in the playoffs, assisted by Artem Zub and Matthew Highmore. At 9 seconds in the second period of the playoffs.
Offside on Florida Panthers. as both teams are tied 3-3. A lot of shots in the goal that game, 28-23. Florida Panthers must have been knocking down another Canadian team. With the wing, gives an error wing to Kolakov. He will send it over to Matthew Tkachuk. Fires out on the run net, looks over now to Rodriguez as he gives to Mikula again to Kolakov. Kolakov finds Mikula. Mikula looks over to Rodriguez. Fires a shot, glove save by Omar. 18-19 remaining in the second period. They'll hold things up to get ready for our next puck drop. Now I know what you're thinking here for the Florida Panthers, as they already won the last postseason, if for real, against the Edmonton Oilers. They were seemingly that they were really been showing off. They've never won the Stanley Cup playoffs, but back in 2010 they made their way to the playoffs, and they definitely made it all the way to the finals, but they never got there through, as they were really wrapped it out.
Yeah, it's been like disastrous has been turning it out by 2010, and I wasn't even sure that was going to change it optimally. The entire time was like kind of real, and they were not even sure how that was going to like change it out. Well, I didn't believe that. They would have to believe that this would change it entirely. Not for anyone who could definitely try to save it all, but that might be.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for tripping.
Both seasons definitely do count, but sometimes it doesn't work at all. After the penalty, that's going to be Alex Anderson.
It's time now for your Florida
Panthers
Power Play.
That must have been a not good moment.
Power plays on for the Panthers with only 17:48 remaining in the second. As Lundell wins the faceoff,
Ottawa penalty number 85, Jake Sanderson, 2 minutes on the tripping. Time in a penalty in the second period, 17:48. Ottawa sends penalty on a 2-minute penalty on the tripping. Jake Sanderson, number 85. Time in a penalty in the second period, 17:48 in the playoffs.
Now here's the win as he sends it over to Schmidt. Gets again to Lustrana, finding Lundell. Lundell passes to Rodriguez. Fires it. Almost went it in! Unbelievable! That stayed out of his own.
Oh, close one. I was not sure how that was going to change, but that really was too close to call.
Here's Lundell, has it again to Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett looks to Rodriguez. Will now take a swing over now, finding to Lundell. Lundell gets it to Bennett. Bennett! Spin around, that one misses wide, and rebound by Clevin as he will carry it out. Rodriguez will take over now, finding Schmidt. Schmidt with the puck, sends it off to Reinhardt. Reinhardt fires it. What a save by Linus Ullmark. Turns a stop, and he just did not see where it was flying.
Look at that one more time here. Linus Ullmark, he was firing that one. That was the wildest blocker save, and that puck was flying out of the zone. That was just incredible. Look at this pass percentage over here. You see Reinhardt, he was trying to fire that shot, and he just had that blocker. I thought that was going to be another goal, but what a wild save for the instinct. Looks like that Ullmark is definitely putting up a great stop.
So far, both teams are still tied. 92/81 percentage of the passing between both teams. Barkov wins the faceoff as he sets to Aaron Ekblad, and they'll now find Berhage. Here's Barkov. Swings a shot! That one stopped by Linus Ullmark! Diving, stopping with the pad and the glove. Just about 16:46.
Well, you have to be comfortable with that. Alexander Barkov was trying to get 2 goals in the game, but that didn't really stop him. That was really like on the carry to take it all.
Aaron Ekblad finds it over. Reinhardt cuts through middle on a shot. Back blocker save here by Ullmark. Berhage sends it to Aaron Ekblad as he gets it over to Reinhardt, who will try to reset over. Here's Barkov. Shot blocked up, and Borkulaks will have it over. Dish it out of his own. Rebound by Aaron Ekblad. That one stays out. 35 seconds left for the Panthers power play as he gives it to Reinhardt. Reinhardt dishes it over to Berhage. Gives again to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad gives to Berhage. Shoots it. Glove snatched by Ullmark with a big stopping save on the play.
Well, I think that Swayman wasn't able to see that, but only Linus Ullmark.
As right now, Anton Forsberg,
he really has to show how he can definitely watch on Linus Ullmark. That's the substitutional for the Ottawa Senators on for their goaltender replacements. That might be just not a take if they want.
Stop by Ullmark. 14 seconds for the Panthers power play and only 62 remaining in a second. 22/9 face-off wins for the Florida Panthers, but the Ottawa Senators have to get 10 face-off wins. And now they do. They have the 10th playoff, 10 face-off wins, and as Jensen will have it to Jorge Highmore. Senators inside, it's almost up. Here's Bennett, shot stopped by Ullmark, and that ends the power play back to a full strength.
What happens with Linus Ullmark, it was definitely a snatch on it, and they didn't really seem to do anything with that. All that time left in lead, they weren't sure enough that this was able to keep percentage enough to give this one a good range. That was a great stop here, and for Ottawa Senators, they really have to be playing it off at the comfortable pace that they really have to do for.
Saved by Bobrovsky. 15:37 remaining in the second period. As we're nearing the 15-minute mark, passing a 5-minute mark in the second. Stanley really wants to see things, and he really wants to see their first win in the second round by the first game, as they really are trying to like move out of the zone afterwards.
Yeah, it seemed like it was real afterward. I would have been able to like have been watching again and then see how they're doing it. It's like that the team had really been working it off hardly. It didn't seem like it was going to carry it often at the same time. That would have happened that way.
Stopped by Ullmark with only 15 remaining in the second period. A lot of time left in the period. You can feel the energy of this crowd. Panthers really wanted to get that lead. Barkov wins the faceoff as he gets to Kolokov. And now back to Mikkola again to Barkov. Barkov, backhander, stop on the pad by Linus Ullmark. What a great save for the Ottawa Senators. Now Zub finding Highmore. Here's a chance, right toward middle. Gives the pass, Stützle shoots, saved by Bobrovsky. Kolokov at the rebound, it's back to Reinhardt, and he'll now have it to Carter Verdegy. No offside, no problem. Here's Barkov, save play by Ullmark. And as Barkov will set it off, penalty will be a slashing on Sanderson again. Another power play coming on for the Panthers.
Well, you can't play it like this. That Sanderson has really been dicked up, and he just got a whack out of it. I feel a little uncomfortable, but that seemed to be like
It's time now for your Florida
That is really a bad play. You don't want to start
Power
playing
play.
like you have it all like picky picks on looking. That's really not a great choice.
Lundell wins the faceoff.
Ottawa penalty, number 85, Jake Sanderson for a 2-minute slashing. Time and a penalty in the second period of the playoffs, 14:41. Ottawa sends penalty on a 2-minute slashing, Jake Sanderson, number 85. Time and a penalty in the second period, 14:41 in the playoffs.
Clevin will have it, and Emilio will dump it out of here. Evan Rodriguez will come in. And just about 90 seconds for the Florida Panthers power play. You'll send a deep pass to Luosterainen. Luosterainen cutting in. Motion shot. Stop made by Ullmark. Rodriguez finding Lundell. Bennett looks to Schmidt. That one kicks it over. Amidio with the rebounding, and he will fire that one out. Florida gaining control here with only 1:10 remaining. And as Rodriguez will send it over now, finding to Lundell. Lundell pass to Luosterainen. Luosterainen, smack from the board, back to Cadet, and he will clear it out. Rodriguez with the rebound, he'll gain the line, he'll go back to Barkov. Barkov for two, spins it. Didn't think it was going to make it in the net, but it's now South with the rebounding into Cadet.
That was really like not able to play it receptively. I don't think that wasn't going to be able to happen at all.
Here comes Barkov, 2-on-1. We'll try to reset again. Eric Ekblad right toward it. Here's for Hagee, shooting, scores! Goal number 90. That's a power play goal for the Panthers. They struck it back to front.
And that's his fifth in the playoffs. We're going to reach the center, she did it over. And he beats on Linus Ullmark, and then just passes to Kachuk. You gotta give a gift for Carter Verdegy. That one Penn picks it up, and he just scores again. That's his fifth in the playoffs, with his first goal of the game.
Florida Panthers back up by one at 4-3 game. They had their power play goal nearing the midway mark. Barkov wins another one. And Forsling has it again to Aaron Ekblad. As he'll now have it again to Reinhardt as he'll switch it over to Forsling. Nearing the bench afterward. Florida Panthers would not like that if somebody goes right toward the bench.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad actually. And it almost would have been turning out not good.
Nosek for Hagee, looking for his second goal in the game and his 6th in the playoffs. Back to Reinhardt. Reinhardt battling for the loose puck. And as Nosek for Hagee with the puck, he slashed and Pepperson is heading to the penalty box.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for slashing.
Look what happened with that Patterson. You see what this is a dish? You see that dish up? Yikes! That's going to hit somebody else, and that was not going to be turned out good.
It's time now for the young Florida Panthers power play.
They don't seem to care about it afterward, but that's really not a good play sign.
Another power play coming up for the Panthers as Lundell's looking to get another face-off win, and they will have it.
Ottawa penalty number 19. Drink Crawfordson, 2 minutes on the slashing. Dominant penalty in the second period, 12:37.
He'll cover everything here with only 12:28 remaining in the second period, looking for an extension of part 2. Now as they're ready to kick off for another puck drop, 4-3 is the score. Now it's a win for the Panthers. Nate Schmidt gives to Lundell. Backhander shot saved by Allmark. And he'll hold things here, just getting ready for the next puck drop. We are super excited to see this one because after this one, then we are off to the BFTI one because it's happening in Florida, not Sunrise, Florida, but Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Is because our next stop is going to be out on the other side of it. And you might see one of the greatest if you're in Florida place. If so,
on the
stop
power
by.
play, number
Because
23,
you have tickets, you'll be able to proceed in to check out the one of our biggest of the zones that happens with the BFDI and Insanity Tour right along the other way. Don't miss that one out because that'll be pretty soon.
And by number 16, Alexander Barkov.
To get it started. What a goal! That being run down right to a close-up and another power play goal for the Panthers.
You know that time he hit to one that was in his third playoff goal, and in this one it's right in the net. Look at this play perception. That was given a lift up, and it just switches and misses the target. When you see that pass afterwards from the corner to give Lundell in the middle, and that's a double goal in the playoffs, they are up by 2. Just the right time, and it did not do well.
Panthers up for 2. It is a 5-3 game with 11:46 remaining. Barkov wins another face-off as Verpeggy has it over down to Ekblad. Ekblad passes to Reinhardt. Reinhardt right to the right. Right toward middle. Can't get it to go from Allmark as he was watching on Jensen, and Stutzel gives it back to Girox. Girox missed it off, and Ekblad will have it back. Here's Forsling right toward it again to Alexander Barkov. Barkov, give and go to Lundell, to Reinhardt, and Jensen will have it over now to Girox. Here's Stutzel, finding Highmore right to the middle.
His first goal of the game, third goal in the playoffs, score on the power play, number 15, Aiton Lundell.
Off to Forsling. Gakovic is back on ice, and he'll have it again to boost up Forsling. And he sends it off to Alexander Barkov. Barkov looks to Gakovic. Over now to Barkov.
And by number 27, Aiton Lustranen.
Timing up to, they would definitely
Time to go for the Florida Panthers power play. 8:14 in the second. Aiton Lundell, his first goal of the game, third goal of the playoffs, score on the power play, assisted by Nate Schmidt and Aiton Lustranen at 8:14 for the power play minute in the second of the playoffs.
A lot of time left in this period. Florida Panthers are up by 2 with a 5-3 lead. With the win, here's Mikkola. A send over to Greer. Greer right toward wing as he'll have that one firing around the net to get Nosek. Nosek chance now finds to Kulikov. And Mikula with the rebounding. You'll have Kulikov and poked it away. That will set it out of the zone. Mikula will come in to rebound it again. A.J. Greer spins around the back and has the pass of Sam Bennett back on ice. Slows it down. Over to Schmidt. Here's Skankovic's shot. Pad kicked out by Olmark. Artem Zoe, right toward wing. Sends it up right now to Amidio. And Schmidt with the puck release. Backs it back over to Skankovic. And he has it to Belinsky's again. Deep the zone, out of the timing. Try to go for the empty on a long-range goal, but you'll have to wait for the end of the third period, nearing the final minute mark. Belinsky's with the puck in. Over now to Kachuk. It looks like it's not a sampling that it went down.
Nope, that didn't look right.
Schmidt back to Gomez. Doesn't get over it. And as Whitley Gregg will have it the other way. Saints are back in offense zone. Sam Bennett clears it out. Knocks it over. Bennett will give it to Bovest. Bovest stops it. Looks to Lustrinen. Lost that one. Puck near the end. And Olmark will cover it up with only 8:55 in the second. A lot of a line here. As the Panthers are rolling it in the second period to have that break in the chain. Lindell wins the face-off. Off and in again to Lustrinen. Aaron Ekblad fires it. Close save by Olmark. He'll cover it in with only 8:48 in the second period. Now as they're ready to take things on, 93/85. Passing effectiveness for the Ottawa Senators. Now the wing for Lindell as he has it to Ekblad. Finds Bovest. Fires it. Saved by Olmark. They're on full pressure this time, but they have to time it carefully. With the win, here's Sanderson. Over now to Reinhardt. Dumps it out. And now as Ekblad will have a changeover again to Forsling. Forsling goes right after it. Reinhardt shot, big save, and a blocker by Bobrovsky, and now set out of the zone.
You know, you can feel now that Sergei Bobrovsky was like giving it all that he can. And it wasn't really the day when he just really had to start making it do for his own pace. It wasn't really that challenging as they were trying to dip it hard and then trying to like get it back in. They didn't really think it was that possible though to give the right timing effort.
Here's Bovest right toward wing. Pass to Lustrinen shot. Hit the goalpost! That one stays out! And it ricocheted right out back on the ice to Mikula.
Oh, that was a close one. I couldn't believe I was almost going to make that one in. Didn't think I was going to be soon.
Girox. Chabot. Now Highmore has a change. Knocked him over right near the wall. Almost would have been just like a roughing on a hit. Barkov have it all. Alexander Barkov trying to give it off, and he'll have to set it out of the zone to reset the group. Kulikov, Mikula, back over to Verhage. Carter Verhage sends to Barkov, and he now finds Reinhardt. Backhander stopped by Olmark. 7:17 remaining in the second period. They'll hold it up to get ready for another puck drop. A lot of the time left in the period. 53/27 shots on goal. Man, Panthers are really like lifting it off. As they win the number face-off, here's Schmidt. Looking in to Barkov on the backhander, saved by Olmark. Barkov, right to Belinsky. That one just saved again. Knocked him down. And a rebound up by the Senators as Durox. Right toward wing. Sets to Highmore. Highmore chance. Lost that one. Reinhardt will have it again to Verhage. Verhage making his way down. He will fire that one around the net to Barkov. And Barkov swings and misses. He fakes the shot and finds Schmidt. Again to Verhage. Verhage for two. Saved by Olmark. Kachuk. Backhander. Stopped by Olmark. With an unbelievable save, he'll stop it here with under 7 minutes remaining in the second. A lot of a line here as the Panthers are dipping away to make the 2-point lead. And as the win will put in for Brady Tkachuk, he's off to Clevin. Here's Brady Tkachuk. Knocked him right near the blue line. That's Aaron Ekblad. Back to Clevin. He'll have it over to Harmonic. Harmonic right over in the wing. Dips it too soon. Sam Bennett takes it over. Over middle, force lane. Bennett. Shot stopped by Omar. Did not get enough here as the rebound by Tkachuk. With the spin. Blocker saved by Omar. Man, he was definitely like paying instinct on that.
He didn't really think it was that hard. I don't think they would be able to do so.
That's just nothing. Now Sam Bennett with the puck steal. Back the other way to the Florida Panthers. 3-on-2. Shot save. Broken the net. We'll stop here with only 5:42 remaining. Lundell wins the faceoff, forcing finding Aaron Ekblad. He finds Bobek. Shoots it, saved by Omar. 5:35 remaining in the second period as we're nearing a 15-minute mark in the second. Video shot saved by Bobrovsky. He'll stop here, and we'll get ready for another puck drop in the Florida territory. These two are the ones to be specialized here. The Florida Panthers still up by 2. The win for Zub. That one poked it up and rebound by Pinto. Pinto poking away. Mikkola has it again to Luosterainen and back to Lundell. Lundell deep pass to Bovis. Bovis returned away as he'll have that one dipping around the net. Kulikov sending it back over. Kulikov finds Lundell. Lundell gets a chance into Pinto. He knocks it away. David Perrine back in Florida territory. Dip the pass to Sanderson with a stop save by the goaltender. It's rebounded by the Panthers. Bovis with a puck chance. Now finds Lundell. Lundell swings the pass to Mikkola. Mikkola having a little trouble to get there. Now here's Kulikov. Finds it to Lundell. Fires it shot. Save again by Omar. Goudet right toward wing. Dumps it out. Lundell will take it over. As he has that puck in range, he'll tip it around the other way. Mikkola kicks the puck over. Trying to send it out of his zone. He didn't think he was going to get there. Kulikov rolls to Verhage and now has it again to Reinhard. Reinhard gets the Verhage shot. Pat save by Allmark. What a great stop here for the goaltender. He locked it in quickly.
But not my mind. I would have known that Linus Ullmark was really like getting a lockdown defense. That really was making a great sighting save. That cut coach was really like giving all what he got. But it's not really what they were changing it for. They just need some better timing offense.
Barkov shot save. Play again by Linus Ullmark. And Reinhardt sets the Goudet. Here's Ospachuk. Goudet. Chocolate save by Bobrovsky. Stopped at 3:40 remaining in the second period. Now they're off for another puck drop. Bennett and Stützle getting ready for a next puck drop face. And Stützle will win it. That one makes a great save by Bobrovsky. And a rebound by Gerwaks. Bennett takes it over. And now finding Rodriguez. Just about 3:30 remaining. Good check with the backhander. Stopped by Goldmark. He'll cover it with 3:26. A lot on the line here. 73-44 hits for the Ottawa Senators. They've been knocking it out quickly. Down with the win. Senators. Backs to Jensen. Jensen back to Jabot. Jabot to Stützle. Stützle finds Highmore. Highmore. Give to Stützle on a chance. Breaking a shot. Back to Tkachuk. And now over to Bennett. Bennett finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez swings it around. Off now to Greer. Greer shoots it. And he's been slashed. That will be Tim Stützle in the penalty box.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes question.
I don't know what's he thinking now. Tim Stützle would have had a chance, but it was caught up. Yep, he was reaching too soon. He's not getting the right time.
It's time now for your Florida Panthers power play.
Tim Stützle a little unconfident afterwards in the penalty box. He felt like, nah, I'm not doing it that way.
I know you're going to say that. He's somebody like his impression would be like, nope. I'm not doing this again.
Ottawa sends penalty number 18, Tim Stützle for 2 minutes slashing. Time and a penalty in the second period, 3:02. Ottawa sends penalty for 2 minutes slashing on Tim Stützle, number 18. Time and a penalty in the second period of the playoffs, 3:02.
Reinhardt shot, snatched it by Olmark with only 2:40 remaining in the second. And they're ready to go for another puck drop. We'll see what they can do with only 5-3 game. With the win by Barkov, here's Rodriguez. He sets it off to Reinhardt and gives it to Schmidt. Here's Kachuk. Kachuk on the backhand shot has been whipped off too soon. And Reinhardt again to Schmidt. Back to Barkov. Barkov slides it. Backstep saved by Omar. Barkov takes it over. That misses wide. Sanderson. Back to Pinto. He'll clear it up and out of here. Schmidt trying to hold it out. And Rodriguez will have it the other way. Here they come, right to it again. Passes off. Broken again by Highmore. Dumps the puck out of the zone. And Schmidt takes his puck control. Under 2 minutes remaining in the second period, he's off to Lindell. He's off to Lustrainen. Pass to Schmidt, broken up. Sam Bennett will regroup the puck here with 42 seconds left. Rodriguez, pass back to Bennett. Bennett trying to get a little squeeze here, but it's back to Lustrainen. Lindell with another goal, didn't have the chance to do it. 18 Lindell with the back again to Bergegi. Finding Ekblad, and it's back to Sam Bennett. Fires that one off the skater, rebound by Ekblad. He must have heard somebody. I thought I just heard that stick going in. Stopped by Omar. 1:16 remaining in the second period. Only 14 seconds for the Panthers power play. One last touch in. Will they have a power play goal? And it won't. Clevin will send it over. Stick lifted. Aminio heading out of here. And that will do it. The power play's over for the Florida Panthers as Tim Stützle's back on ice and back to full strength with 1 minute in a second.
Last minute play in the second
He
period.
sets it off to Kachuk. Kachuk back to Ekblad. Sets it to Barkov. Barkov missed it that way, and it's now back to Alexander Barkov. Knocked him over. Reinhardt back to Alexander Barkov. He's back to Ekblad this time. Sets it over. Passes to Barkov. Pinto with the puck steal. Here's Perron. Slicking the feed and the move. Shot big redirected. And back to Barkov. He will give it to Ekblad again. Ekblad will send it around the net. Reinhardt with the chance. And back to Ekblad. Fires it. Almost went tipped in. But had a broken stick afterward. But there is no slash to give it for the Senators.
Yeah, it was clearly clear. That's a little bump out afterward. They didn't really feel like there was going to be enough afterward to get it going.
Here's Reinhardt. And he will lose that one. Reinhardt will dish it out. And that will end the second period. 5-3 is the
And
score.
that will end the second period. Your
Up by
score,
2 with
Florida
a power play
Panthers
goal.
5.
It's been a
and
big
Ottawa
one afterwards for
Senators
Schmidt
3.
and their team. Will they stay alive? Find out. Third period is next after this. Hope you're having fun, and we are having fun too. The third period's about to begin. Final period left, and we're about to get things underway at Amaranth Bank Arena. I know this turned to be a little of a chaos moment afterwards. I'll send it over to Roy. See how they did.
Well, I gotta say no, but the Florida Panthers have been really keeping it out. They were just been bubbling and muscling. This is what happens with Carter Higgy and your team. They've really been looking at it right away. I didn't really feel like that this was going to change afterwards. And by that moment, it really turned off very hard and intense. They were not sure how that was going to change until that point. they were really gassed out. I never seen anybody that does like they were doing it for the Senators and for the Panthers. They've really been like keeping an eyes on the way down, back and forth. They've really been doing it all for it. They just couldn't get that one done. Passing straight away to have it all.
Now Highmore right to her in the wing. You'll have that chance right over. The pass to Mikola is broken up. Kachuk trying to wave it out. Claude rocks with a shot. Save play by Bobrovsky. Sam Bennett sends it out of the zone. On the race to the chain. Barton's up, takes over, now finds it again to Bofferson. Bofferson fires it around the net. Brady Kachuk gets knocked over. Kulikov will now give it to Robert Hughes as he sets off to Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett to Kachuk. Jensen takes it over, now finds Gregg. Kulikov takes over, now finds it to Lushkarainen. And a rebound by Mikola. Mikola passes to Bobas. Bobas can't get it to go, and it's back to Perron. Perron pass to Video. Video lost that one to Lundell, again to Bobas. Bobas pass to Lushkarainen. And now finds Bobas. Backhander shot, save by Olmar. Lundell trying to carry it out. Mike and Video right in the wing. Has some time off to get it over. Lundell pass to Kulikov. And now he will send it over to Lushkarainen. Off the pass to Bobas. Bobas loses his balance and the control back over to Video. Again to Jensen. He'll now find Pinto. Pinto's right to her in the wing. Then a rebound by Kulikov. He will have it over again, now finding to Nozick. Nozick chance, now has it again to Polinsky's. Polinsky's warbles it right to her wing. And now Osmichuk will have his own rebound. That pass in the middle. Shot, stop me. Doesn't know where the puck went. And he makes a stop. What a save by Bobrovsky.
You know, that was a great lot of reaction afterward. I felt like Bobrovsky, he did it all.
He scores! Jack Ridge! And now he steps it up for 3. A 6-3 game.
His second goal in the playoffs, he was really tipsy. It just zips through. I wasn't sure that wasn't going to hit that one in. You know, Gakovic was able to get that home goal, and that passes off to Linus Ullmark. He really got a great timing out for it. Not for anybody who really wants to see it, but he definitely did have the right choice to give this next goal a shot, because that is where he wanted to go. Right to it away, and then fire it right across from the right side of the net.
I would have seen that one out there before. Gakovic is really like giving another playoff goal as the second.
Indeed so.
As Carter Verhege with the rebound as the Aaron Ekblad. With the knockdown, here's Brady Kachuk. Kachuk on a full sprint. Good poke check by Aaron Ekblad as he'll have it back. Now finding the Reinhardt. He's off to Forsling. Forsling, dish off to Verhege. Verhege. Pass behind the net to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad will try to recover it, and Bobberson's got it. Off to Whitney Gregg. Looks to Kachuk. Kachuk makes his way down.
His second goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 12, Jonah
Gakovic. Didn't get through. Clyde finds Kachuk. Chuck won't save
by assisted by number 10, A.J. Greer. And by number 88, Nate Schmidt.
Pass to Reinhardt.
Top of the goal, 2:50 remaining in the third. Jonah Gakovic, his second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. All assisted by A.J. Greer and Nate Schmidt at 2:50 in the third of the playoffs.
Schmidt shoots in. That one's off the defender, and again the harmonic. And he'll now find Clevin. Here's Highmore right toward wing. Pass broken up. Durock shots blocked. Rebound by Florida Panthers as Kachuk is back on ice. Fires it again. Saved by Omar. 15:31 remaining in the third period. He'll hold things tight to get next puck drop in. And they're ready to pitch it off for another puck drop. It's Florida 6 and Ottawa 3. Tim Stützle wins the faceoff. Bennett takes it back. He'll now give to Belinsky's. And he passes it to Schmid. Schmid, pass back to Bennett. Bennett, toward middle to Kachuk. Can't get enough for the backhander. And Sanderson takes it over. Giroux finds up. Again to Highmore. Highmore just back to Sanderson. What a blocker save by Bobrovsky as he's back over to Bennett. Here's Bennett. Pass off. He scores! And Rodriguez with another goal for the Panthers. And this time, Evan Rodriguez is second on the playoffs.
There was no clear interval to Evan Rodriguez.
After this pass, you have that deep look.
Bennett, pass, and over right again to the goaltender. He just crosses up right over the goal bar, and that was another goal. He really swept that out.
Evan Rodriguez with his second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. And with only 14:59 remaining in the third, they are on top of each other. And a win to Mikula finding Kolokov. He'll send it out of here. And a replacement will be finished for Allmark as Forsberg will be checking in for the Ottawa Senators goaltender. And a win for the Senators. Osmachuk takes over. Rodriguez again to Kolokov. Rodriguez holds out. Reinhart shot for the big save. Tipped out. Big stop by Bobrovsky. Over down to Rodriguez. Again to Kachuk. Kachuk. Shot. This one stopped in. And that will be a replacement for the first save of the night. Forsberg. Sanderson will start things off. As Kolokov has it, he'll spin it across to Mikula. Mikula finds Lundell. And Lundell keeps it. Glove save by Forsberg. He'll cover it in with only 14:17 remaining in the third. Unlike Phil Forsberg, it was different with the Forsberg that the other guy was able to play for, but I don't see any signal in the set that he was going to change in. Anton Forsberg was really showing that he could just
goal
try
in the game,
leave
second
it all to
goal in the
gut. And I
playoffs,
wouldn't see
scored by
anything that
number
would change
17,
if there was any
Evan
sequence.
Rodriguez.
I don't think there is it, but it seemed like it may have been
Oh,
just a yes
assisted
or
by
just been
number
simple.
9,
I don't know. That will change it out.
Sam
Forsberg,
Bennett.
Anton Forsberg. I don't know.
And by number 72, Sergei Bobrovsky.
Here's Pinto. Move around, he scores.
Top of the goal,
That'll be another
5:01
goal
remaining
for
in the
the
third.
Senators this time. And now Shane Pinto, he'll have another goal. That will be fourth in the playoffs.
It's weird to leave and back in the tricky zone. There was nothing that could change it optimally. When Anton Forsberg realizes that he wants to get the other teams a goal, he would start off with Shane Pinto to have it out. They weren't sure that this was careful enough to make that change off quite intense. That was really like not how it's going to change, but they really did show it like they did.
Now as they're ready to take the next puck drop, it will be 7-4. As the Panthers are up by 3, as they cut the digit up by 4, and now they're down by 3. The extension, glove save by Bobrovsky. He'll stop it with only 13:37 remaining in the third. Are you one of the fans? You might be finding out for yourself of what your question will be for anybody. If you watch the NHL, you'll find out what team you like. It doesn't matter
Ottawa goal,
who
his
you are,
fourth goal in the
who
playoffs,
are your
first goal of the
favorites.
game,
It can
scored
be
by number
any
12,
player,
Shane
no matter
Pinto.
which team they are.
Assisted by
So
number
you can
22,
choose any
Michael
of it
Admidio.
by watching here on the
And by number
NHL
3, Nick
on
Jensen.
YouTube.
Top of
And
the
you
goal,
can check out
6:17
one of the
remaining in the
best
third.
highlights here on
Shane
your best
Pinto, his
favorite
fourth goal in the
players.
playoffs,
There's
first goal of
no
the game,
matter
assisted
whether
by
it's
Michael
right or
Admidio
wrong.
and
You
Nick
just
Jensen.
can't get with the
At
flow.
6:17 in
And
the
you
third
haven't
of the
watched it,
playoffs.
I would recommend watching this by next season to start things for 2025-26 season. If you're not a fan of any NHL, you should watch it now for next season and pick your team. No matter what state you are, you might be on one of your rooting teams your best. Verhage finds it again to Schmidt. And a little stick lift here, you'll have it again for Verhage. Now number 6 leg. Barkov takes it back. Off to Forsling. Forsling. Shot didn't go in through, and it's rebounded by Stützle. Stützle to Boberson. Boberson moves around and stopped by Bobrovsky. He got a little slammed up to her, but he went down really hard, and he just have to get back up, redo it again.
Yeah, indeed, I would have let it go with the fight. That really was going to be almost hurt. And momently, they were not seemingly too careful in this afterwards.
Out to Aaron Ekblad. Stützle takes over. The puck on strain, looking for his next goal. Good poke check by Forsling. Now it's back to Rodriguez for the Florida Panthers. Rodriguez stops and rebound by Durant. Osmachuk looking for his first goal. Takes in, stopped by Bobrovsky. Bennett went down with a sledge. Rodriguez with the rebound again to Tkachuk. Tkachuk. He wants to make the new changes here on offense. Doesn't find anybody. Ekblad. Okay to Mikula. Right around the net. Tries again. Rodriguez will back to Tkachuk. He'll find Mikula's shot. Misses wide. And now it's rolled to Hamonic again to Osmachuk. Sends a deep pass to Reinhart. Reinhart kicks out. Tkachuk takes over. And now the Florida Panthers are on the rush. Off to Lindell. Gives again to Lushranen. With a shot chance off of Hamonic and rebounded by Descends. Mikula will stop this play with an offside with 11:07 remaining. Don't forget, fellas, we have our next game here. That'll be later at 9:30 p.m. The Golden Knights face on against the Edmonton Oilers. Since you've seen this last postseason, and now they're back for this postseason to see how they change. And that'll be our next part of the game here to keep your eyes on the carry by Connor McDavid against Mark Stone. It's 9:30. Coverage will begin here, so make sure to get your notification bell on. And don't forget, because once this pops up, you will pop in the video and take the chat. He scores another goal for Lundell. He has the second in the game.
This Lundell was a great chance and successful. 4 goals in the playoffs, and now it's his second. Beats over Anton Forsberg. Really wouldn't say this would happen with Nathan Lundell. He fired that one pretty quickly, and now he gets another goal for the Florida Panthers.
Panthers back in their spot. It's an 8-4 lead over Ottawa. Barkov wins the faceoff is again to Reinhart. Rolls around it. And here's for Biggie, right toward the wings. He'll get that off again to Mikula. Battling for the loose puck, now finds Zug. Zug finds Perrine. Perrine shot stopped by Bobrovsky. Just 10:24 remaining in the third. They'll get their puck drop ready. And off to another timeout attack. 11:53 and 8:06 in the third period. Now is the win, Zug. Lost that one, it's back to Belinsky's. Belinsky's loses the effort. Folds it around the back to Schmidt, and he will have it over again to Verhage. He's over now to Belinsky's. Belinsky's pass right around again the net to Alexander Barkov. In range, Schmidt finds off Belinsky's as he gives to Reinhart to Barkov. Fire stopped by Forsberg. Past the midway mark in the third period, he'll be ready to make a regroup change in the third period. Now the win. Here's Brady Tkachuk and Bill Parkerson and the pass to Greg. He just can't get over at that point.
His fourth goal in the playoffs, second goal of the game, scored by number 15, Nathan Lundell.
Ekblad. Oh, I don't know what happened.
Oh, assisted by number 77, Nico Mikula.
And we are not seeing
And by number 27, A2
Lushranen. wasn't going to be happening at all.
Time of the goal, 9:17 remaining in the third.
If you want to play for, you just really have to be on your side of it, and you just cannot start it off like you did.
And the fight's over. AJ Greer's down, Brady Tkachuk down, both guys in the penalty box.
Man, after the Rigas get gear that AJ Greer was spotting it on, he just saw it, he just heard a big noise, kabang, and Brady Tkachuk is definitely frustrated right now on the other side. You know, I wouldn't say the head coaches are really feeling that bad. They would have noticed it, but this one keeps it from coming. And you know what happened? AJ Greer was going to go right after Brady Tkachuk. He felt like, that's it, I'm done with this
Florida
game
penalty
after
number
yours.
10.
I'm going to
Ottawa
take
Sens
you down.
penalty number
Nobody
7.
was stopping on
Both
that.
teams,
So
5 minutes
Tkachuk
for
was
fighting.
realizing that
Tom and
this
Billy
is
for
a
both
big
teams,
hit. Like,
9:38 in the
man,
third
take it
period.
cheesy out there.
That's penalty on both
I don't know
teams
what they
on
were
Florida
doing
Panthers
afterward.
and the
They
Ottawa
really
Sens.
not did.
Number 10, AJ Greer, and number 7,
just
Brady
like that. I mean,
Tkachuk. For a 5-minute
they wouldn't
fighting.
understand it.
Tom and Billy for
Until they
both teams in the
definitely
game,
have a lot of
9:38 in the
major out of
playoffs.
this. And they would have definitely done the worst thing in the world.
Nobody wants that.
Not at all.
Realize who it is.
Exactly. Here's Listerine with under 9 minutes remaining in the third as Sanderson has it again to Perron. Perron, alley for the loose puck as they go over. Big hit! Matthew Tkachuk really wanted to take a piece of that. And Belinsky's pass again to Schmidt. Deep pass to Listerine. Listerine lobs across to Boves. Highmore with the puck steal again to Giroux. Giroux right over in again to Sanderson. Here's a pass and a shot. This one stopped by Bobrovsky. And back to Schmidt it goes. Chest for Boves right toward wing. He'll send it again. Back to Lusterinen. A over pass to Barkov. Barkov back in middle. Inbounding is backed out. Belinsky sends it again to Schmidt. It's back to Alexander Barkov. Right to the middle, Belinsky. Slap save by Forsberg with only 8:06 remaining in the third. All officials again dropping the puck ready, and they'll be ready to take the reinforcement to the next puck drop. Barkov wins another faceoff. Reinhardt, backhander. That one is way wide. I don't know if that was off the net or if it was on a goalpost. It just went hard.
I bet that missed wide, so I don't think I didn't see anything that's bouncing off. So that was definitely a close call.
Yes, it is. I mean, I do agree with you. It's not a goal. I don't know what they changed. That one was very tricky. Now as they're ready to take the next puck drop, it is another extension, 8-4, Florida. Barkov wins the faceoff. Shot stopped by Forsberg. 7:36 remaining in the third period. They'll have another puck drop ready to go. And you're set, ready for the next puck drop advantage. 12:36 and 3:38 was a time on tap. And now the win will be Stutzel as Jensen is in the, and the mark has it again to Giroux. Pass broken up here as Barkov takes over, now finds it to Kolokov. He rolls off to Brady. Here's a shot to Reinhardt, dish back to Barkov. Fire, save by Forsberg. And that's rolls back to Ospachuk again to Jensen. Shabbat, back to Ospachuk. Here's Reinhardt. Again, Barkov with the puck steal. That one sends out of the zone as it escapes the zone and back into Sens territory. Here's Scudet, finds Jensen. Only 7 minutes remaining. Barkov takes it over as he has it to Kolokov again to Mikula. Mikula right in toward the wing. He'll have it fired around the net. And Bennett's right toward wing. Back to Kolokov. Kolokov loses one as David Perron has it back. And Matthew Tkachuk has the answer back. Brady Tkachuk still watching on Matthew Tkachuk. He would have realized that if I would have played like that, I would have just go for the fight. But I wouldn't want to take the revenge on Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah, he seemed like he was not really wanting to do for some major penalties.
That's going to be like off top, target on the range, and they would not like that afterward. They would really been like swing and miss, and with that, they weren't sure that was going to happen right at that time. This really was big on their takes.
Rodriguez pass to Schmidt, fires it, pat save by Forsberg with under 6 minutes remaining in the third. And now they're ready for another puck drop. 107-75 with a hit for Ottawa Senators. With the win, here's Sanderson. Sanderson sends a pass over. Greg, right toward middle. Rolls that one away. Schmidt back to Lusterinen. He's off to Boves. Boves slicks it in, fires in. What a save, but at this time it's Lusterinen with the rebound and goal. Now they took it in. It's great for Lusterinen. He's getting a better goal in the playoffs. This time he gets 3 goals in the playoffs. One good play. Now, what happens with Lusterinen after that save? That was Lusterinen. He got a great save in it. He got that one back in. Really didn't see how that was going to face off, but that figure shows that Lusterinen takes it over. It's a great goal, and now the Sens, with their first loss of the game in the first game, Florida will get their first win in the playoffs in the second round, because this win is a great start to be for the Sunrise. They are hungry. They want to win that one pretty badly. Yeah, they do. I mean, the Panthers really wanted to win it all, especially the Stanley, who wants to print on the Spartacat. May not be what they were looking for their next take for the victim. Here's Malinski's right toward Wayne. Deep pass to Lundell. Lundell. Shot stopped by Forsberg. And he will now have it over again to Perron. Perron's right toward the Florida territory. And he'll have it again to Sanderson. Pass to Boberson. Lusterinen takes over. Back to Malinski's. Under 5 minutes remaining. Presented by Discover.
Scored by number 27, E2, Lusterinen.
On his way down to Boberson.
Oh, assisted by number 70, Jesper Boba.
Now Lundell.
And by number 88,
Schmidt. Brady Tkachuk was really disappointed afterward.
Time of the goal, 14-18 remaining in the third. E2, Lusterinen, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Assisted by Jesper Boves and Nate Schmidt at 14-18 in the third of the playoffs.
This is not turning to be a great idea. This really is bad. Played it like every single division. They were not really happy at all that they would play for. Now this is definitely going to be our roughest time of the year to have it given over.
Charging's going to be Gerwaks. He's in a penalty box with Brady Tkachuk.
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for charging.
It's time now for the Euro Florida Panthers power play.
And they're ready for another power play action. It is a 9-4 lead over Ottawa. Barkov wins the faceoff.
Ottawa penalty number 28, 2 minutes on charging, quad 0. Time of the penalty, 4:31 remaining in the third of the playoffs. Ottawa Sens penalty for a 2-minute penalty on the charging, quad 0, number 28. Time of the penalty in the third period of the playoffs, 4:31.
And he's over now to Reinhardt. Spins around him. It's Pinto with the puck carry. Both checked it. Rodriguez takes it over. And back to Reinhardt. Here's another one to Tkachuk. Sits to Barkov. They go offside. Only 3:32 remaining in the third. Now as both teams are set, they'll be ready to reinforce the take with 3:32 remaining. Now to win. Here's Barkov again to Rodriguez. And back to Lusterinen. Didn't sell it in, and now Lusterinen will have it. Back to Kulikov. One time Rodriguez shot stopped by Forsberg. 3:18 remaining in the third period, as they'll be able to regroup up to get ready for another puck drop. Now to win for the Sens. Here's Hanek. Hanek sits over to Amidio. Back on ice, hasn't been able to make his own another goal to take in. And he'll kick that out. Rebound by Lusterinen. Dish off to Verhege. Verhege. Roll around the net. Back over to Lustrine. He looks to Smith. Lindell shot. He scores! Give the hats to Lindell as he scores his third goal of the game.
You know what they said now? That was Lindell. 3 goals in the playoffs. Give the hats to salute for the fans. And for Lindell, his fire timing was just right. Right toward him, beat by Forsberg, and he got his 4th goal in the playoffs.
Well, now he's realizing that he now has his 5th goal in the playoffs. That was where it takes.
Yeah, indeed so. Aiden Lindell was really giving it over,
And he really tries to end this off in the game. We really are on to a full strength. And as for the Panthers, this is our first win to play against the Ottawa Senators for the postseason. There's no advantage that they were really keeping it on to. Until then, they were changed after it with another power play goal. They really have that one on to a great carry. Now they will have to enjoy our lifetime until by the rest, and then they will be hibernating for the Panthers before they get back in for the second game to get ready for some next action. Here's Roderick Hughes to set over to Golikov. Shot block, snatched by Forsberg. They'll stop it with only 2:15 remaining in the third. And who had a better night? I will send it over to Boomer. While Alexander Barkov has really been turning very well, the changeup was not really easy. Until this change is for the big yoink ability on the defensive side, it's a big, great communication in for Alexander Barkov to roll it in. And he really had a lot of fun takes afterwards for their first win against the Senators. Now we're looking up to see if the next goal will take in for a chance. And they will be back in game number 2.
Assisted by number 88,
and pass off to Barkov. Barkov fires, stop by Forsberg.
And by number 27, 1:43
of the game.
Time to go for the Florida Panthers power play, 17:07. And Lindell, his 5th goal in the playoffs. 3rd goal of the game, scoring a power play on a hat trick. Assisted by Nate Schmidt and E2 Listerine in the 3rd at 17:07 on a power play minute in the playoffs.
Knocked him down. Verhage get to Reinhardt. And now it's up to Alexander Barkov. Slings it back. Didn't feel like it wasn't going to be another hit, but he really did. And we're down to a final minute in the 3rd. Oh, big hit!
Last minute of play in the 3rd
This was
period.
no joke.
that was really all what it takes in. Now that Stanley's going to be enjoying this one. He really well, we crushed him out. It's a big win.
Schmidt went down. Rebounded up by a Sens as Stutzel has it. Schmidt with the puck carry on now has it to Kachuk. And he rolls to Popperson with the change out back in a save made by Bobrovsky as Kakovic with the rebound finding Kolikov. Kolikov. There's that shot. Glove save by Forsberg. Under 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd. And they'll get the Panthers for the win in the first game.
Everybody on your feet
And make some noise. Now the win for the Sens. 23 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Sanderson will have the deep puck pass to Kachuk. And it's without with no booings here. They will stop in for Bobrovsky with only 13 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Fans are roaring in Florida as they'll make their first win in the 2nd round to beat against the Sens. And their final score is 10-4. Well, it's never been like this. Until then, for now, they will rest up, pack up, and get ready for our next game. Florida wins the face-off and they will win the first game of the series. It's a 1-0.
All they said now is Bobrovsky was a big finisher to make it success.
Your
and
final
they really
score,
done it all.
Florida Panthers 10 and Ottawa Senators 4 in Game 1 of the playoffs.
This is why that we make the first win in the 2nd round.
Indeed so.
Panthers fans, thank you for joining us for tonight's game. We look forward to you heading back to our next game as a rematch against the Ottawa Senators in Game 2. We ask you folks to drive home carefully and get on the road safely. Thank you and have a great
Hope
night.
you enjoyed this first game, and we'll see you all again next time. You've been watching the Stanley Cup playoffs of the second round of the NHL on EA Sports. Thanks for watching. Take care. Alright, thank you very much. It's now time to get this thing started off. Nate Schmidt, with his first star player of the game, he makes that one with a great chain as he has another goal to pull up. Then, it's A2 Listerainen with 1 goal, 4 assists, and 5 hits. Was all turned out with his bitter rebound, and it will take a snapshot right in back behind by the goaltender. And your first star player of the game with 3 goals is Aiden Lundell. 3 goals, 1 assist, and 4 hits. With a slapper, he made that one in. It's been a terrific one for Aiden Lundell. He has 3 goals in the game, and with that, he just had 5 goals in the playoffs. He makes a great hat trick. He is loving it that far. Here's how he did it with the total statistics. 92 solo shots on goal for Florida. It was 123 for Ottawa. And it was 14-28 time on attack for Florida, with only 92% for the Ottawa on the passing. 48 face-off wins for Florida Panthers, and a 17-minute penalty kill on Ottawa. 4 power play goals were made for Florida with 8:05. They were pretty good, and they've done it again to bring it on. Yep, I always say now, Florida Panthers got a great start. They've done their best of their work. Anyways, if you enjoyed this one, stay tuned for the next game. The Golden Knights are playing against the Edmonton Oilers at T-Mobile Arena. Coverage will start at 9:30 p.m. on the other side shortly. But in the meantime, we're wrapping up the first game. Take care, everybody, for as a while as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports Style. I'm Fan, and I'm Terry Crews. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great night in Sunrise, Florida.
If you don't, somebody will.